Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spy Family Season 3 Episode 6 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we met Damien's mother. Her name is I think Melinda, something like that. And Yor was the one who actually kind of bumped into her in the mall. And then they started talking, they got to know each other. She got invited to her little, like little group of friends, and later on it is that when both of them realized that yeah, she's actually someone who her son is friends with. Now she kind of changes whenever like something related to her family is being brought up. For example, when her husband or her son is name is being brought up, she kind of suddenly switched a little bit. We don't really know the exact reason, but later on when she was going back home, we also see she was curious about how Damien is doing at school, but at the same time, while asking about him, her face was very much contorted. So it's probably something like she she's not that good with her son, like with communicating with her son, but at the same time she wants to know what her son is doing. So there is concern, but there's also this awkwardness. And from Damien's like way of talking about his family, he doesn't really speak that much about his mother. So I think there's not that much communication going on over there. Either way, yeah, Yor is now friends with her, and she's going to meet her again in the future. So that's what's going to happen. We'll see more of her and probably get to know more about Damien's family via their conversations. Either way, let us get started and let's see what happens today. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Why jealousy? Oh, yeah. Through through a bun. Ah, boy. Well, yeah. Oh my god. I, all right. She's just a kid. Yeah. All right. Oh boy. Oh yeah, true. Nah, she's not lying. What? All right. Because she's Yeah. Right. Well, now she did. She just read his minds. Oh, because he's like, my mother has nothing to talk about me. Okay. Well, yeah. Damn. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Ah, talking about VIP patients, there's a particular person. Oh my god, what the hell is she doing here? I socially. Right. Who the hell is this? Oh, okay. Well, hmm. Yeah, but still. Bruh. Yeah, alright, you need to chill. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh yeah, that dude. Bro, do your job instead of doing this nonsense. What the hell, bro? Oh my god. Yeah, that probably spited him even more. Hmm. What? What are they going to do? Okay, right. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, this is how this guy's. Yeah, what is this, elementary school? What the hell? I don't think that's okay. Right. Yo, you don't have to force to. Oh. Oh, wait, oh my god, that is crazy. Yeah, you're gonna drop it on him? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. What? That's how it works? Okay. Oh my god. No, his personality as well. What is that handwriting? Yo! Oh, he was trying to mimic him. Yeah. No, there he is. I- oh god. I'll eliminate him myself. Oh my god. This is actually a problem. Well, oh, good lord. He's actually on the money this time, but you know. Wait, what? Is that Frankie's voice? That's Frankie's voice. Is that Frankie in disguise or something? I might be wrong. Why is he crouching? Oh my god. I think Fiona took care of it. Or Lloyd himself did it. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I was gonna say, that's Frankie. It's pretty obvious from the voice. Alright. Wait, is that Fiona? Yeah, okay. I was thinking who the other one was. Ah! Um, he actually is not wrong, but. Oh no. Bruh. Oh. No, he's not. He said that. Yeah. Yeah. A lighter. Bruh. He's like, wait, when did that happen? Oh, he actually did all of that. Oh my god. Yeah, he's been doing all of this? Okay, bruh. Alright. Oh, Lloyd gave them the info. It's like, oh, I've known him from the very beginning. uh, bruh. Oh no. Right. Okay. Yeah. If it was that easy to just, bro. Oh no, this is just, yo. Hey. Doesn't want to change back. Wow. Oh yeah, I was like, wait, what? Plan C means yep. Yeah. Well, you should watch some shonen animes. You'll know. Red Circus. Yeah. Oh God. They're going to, okay. Well, because it's a school. Yeah. Yeah, you think that's how he. Alright. Would. Okay, well. Only. she'd be like, no, don't do this. She's using his father's technique. Oh my god. Bro. Right. Oh wait, he brought it. Hey. Oh my god. Well, he couldn't really say that it's for Anya. Oh yeah. Peanuts. Yes. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Oh, this is cheese flavored. More peanuts. What the? Right. Okay. Okay, that guy will be here. That what was his name? They were talking about him. Oh no! Yeah, this freaking guy. Oh my god, it's a hijack. Yep, there they are. They were waiting. It's like, nope, this is the right way. I was gonna pull out a gun. Here we go. Or taser. Damn, she has a taser. Right. Okay, this is not good. Boss number two. Oh, this is it. Was that a gun? Yeah, it's a shotgun. Bruh. Oh, I move. Okay. At least he didn't shoot them. I was thinking I was just going to shoot them or something. Rest circus. Eden's college buzzjacking incident. Oh my god. Well, Okay, there you go. That was today's episode. So, this was episode number 6 of season 3. Today we had not two things, but um, yeah, we had like roughly like two things going on. The first thing was the whole doctor thing, and then we had like the Anya and like the Red Circus part. So majority of the episode was obviously that whole section where we had this guy who was very jealous of Lloyd, and he was trying to kind of make him get humiliated everyone in front of everyone, and when none of it was working, he tried to involve the like try to blame Lloyd for being a spy and let him being taken away, hence humiliating him. But it kind of went in the other direction, and Lloyd completely like flipped this whole script on him, and now they're best of friends, I guess. But anyways, that was a pretty funny section. As soon as those two guys came in, I was like, "That's Frankie." It's pretty damn obvious from the voice. Like Frank has a very distinct voice, so even if he's trying to kind of change it, he cannot really do it because his voice is very distinct. So, but I still wasn't 100% sure. I was thinking maybe this was some other voice actor, like, and this is actually a legitimate thing that was happening. Like Lloyd was actually getting arrested, but I was like 80% sure that that was Frankie, and this was like a plan that was made by Lloyd to throw off the suspicion of him. And yeah, that ended up being the whole story. On top of that, not only did he throw off the suspicion on him, he made the the doctor, the director, whatever the hell he was, that guy, the big doctor, made him indebted to him. So he not only he flipped the script, he flipped the script into his advantage. So everything kind of worked out by the end, right? And I was thinking, for a moment I was thinking, who's the other guy though? That's Frankie, and then I remember that, oh yeah, that might be Fiona. Because that's the only person who was here. So either way, that part was pretty funny. I love how at the very beginning that the doctor was like trying to do some like, I don't know, like some things that people do in like elementary school to try to frame the other person. Like for example, changing the time. Like what he's like, oh, like it's 11:30. The meeting will start at 11:30. Let's make it 12 for him so that he comes 30 minutes late and everyone is disgusted with him. And it's pretty funny because he basically did all of those things because he used to do all of those things and people hated him for it. So that's why he thought if he makes Lloyd do the same things, they will hate him as well. That's what he thought. But the thing here is, Lloyd is a person who is way more friendlier and has a more pleasing personality than this freaking guy. So, when someone who is very nasty does something wrong, you're obviously going to just be more critical about it. When someone with a very good personality and a very friendly person or a very good person does the same thing wrong, you'll be more lenient and you'll be like, it's fine, it happens. Moreover, you might actually be like, I don't know, like you might actually kind of like appreciate that this person is showing, like for example, that's what's happened. Like there was like one section where this one guy was like, oh damn, even you do these type of things. That's kind of, that's kind of funny, because Lloyd usually is someone that's so good, prim, proper and everything. So seeing someone like that doing these type of mistakes, the other people take it in a more, like, I don't know, like a more like good way, because it's someone who has never done all of these things is doing something like these silly mistakes, so it's more comedic to them than someone with such a nasty personality doing the same things. Is just going to piss them off more, like. So either way, it's just he was doing these type of like small little pranks, and then he realized that it's not going to work out, so he's like, all right, let me just try to frame him. And calls the police, and he was actually on the money. He was like, oh, like this guy, he's a spy. And yeah, he is the spy. Later on, he was saying something like, I thought that you came here and made everyone just like you. I thought you were some kind of a crazy spy or something. Yeah, that is exactly what he is. And that is exactly what Lloyd is doing, actually. So he's not wrong, actually. But either way, this freaking guy, he was actually someone who was who was also doing some crazy stuff in the background, like what, tax evasion and stuff. Wait, what was that? Okay, you know what? Let me go back. Right. Okay, here it is. Um, yeah, so when they were like talking about like the typewriter, about how the typewriter that is being used here might be something that is a lot older, and Lloyd doesn't have that. Okay, Gerald Gorey. Allegations that you accepted political donations and falsified medical reimbursement requests. Right. Right. You've been riding around in your friend's expensive car like it's your own, using your status as a director to hold mixers, eating the snacks in the break room without permission, and then blaming it on a chubby subordinate. Okay, man. One by one, it started going, Right. Anyways, so he's someone who has been doing a few things in the background. So I'm just surprised at the fact that he had the courage to call the police in such a situation just so that he could get Lloyd arrested, even though he's someone who has been doing some shady things himself. Like, this is like, I don't know, this is like a thief calling a police to, I don't know, like, to incriminate another thief or something like that. Like, bro, either way, it just, I knew that Lloyd was going to say something like this at the end, where he would be like, oh no, don't take him away. He's, you know, even though he does these type of things, he's a nice person. And he's the person who has been holding us all together and all, some fancy ass words. I knew Lloyd was going to say something like that, so that, they can kind of bring him towards them, like make him indebted to Lloyd, because I feel like it would have been easier, like, to kind of just take him away and get him arrested, but it would not be a wise thing to do that, because if he gets taken, and I don't know, like, and I guess they, like, it was Frankie and Fiona. They also have no right to take him. Where are they going to take him? They're not the police. So, like, it would have been a more difficult situation if you tried to kind of make him just leave this place and take him out of this place. But another problem would be, like, would spring up, which is the position that will be empty. Some other random person would come and occupy that position, and there's a possibility that random person would be way more difficult to bring towards, your, like, like thing. So this was a perfect opportunity for Lloyd to make this guy indebted to him. And not only that, like, he's now obviously, he's not going to bother him anymore. He's going to kind of help him, give him like more VIP patients. So it's going to work out perfectly in his, thing. Like, yeah, because at the very first, I was thinking like maybe they will be doing something to get this guy just out of this place. But then I thought about it and I was like, no, that actually would be a bad idea, because who knows, like, what other person is going to come and replace him. That person may be way much of a tougher nut to crack than this guy who we already got, like, indebted to us to such a degree. So, it's better to just keep this guy here and, let us help him, let him help us out, instead of just trying to just take him out of this position completely and risk some other person coming and occupying his position and making the mission more difficult for Lloyd. You know. So yeah. And that's why Lloyd was like, oh yeah, he's a great person, and you know, in the end he was like, oh my God, Lloyd, you saved me. I'm going to help you out, like, and all that. So yeah, there you go. Everything worked out perfectly. Right. Also, Frankie, my God, he was like, like he This is the it's so funny because if I would be like, damn, that's all it took, just a little soft story for all these police officers to just leave. Yeah, that doesn't work like that. You cannot just say some kind of a like a shonen protagonist like speech and be like, oh, this person is the the glue that holds us together. You cannot take him away. He might be flawed a little bit here and there, but deep down inside he's a great person. Like, without him we'll all be lost. And say some kind of a speech like that, and the police will be like, all right, bro, you can keep him. No worries, we'll leave. It doesn't work like that. So Frankie just did that whole thing. And you know what, I this guy probably was just relieved that he was able to. It was actually a good plan, in my I guess, now that I think about it, because first and foremost, there was nobody there. If there were other people watching this, someone might have suspected and been like, damn, it was that easy. Like, that's not how police officers work. You cannot just give them like a speech like this and they'll just be on their way. It doesn't work like that. As soon as some kind of allegations got, like, he got caught up in these allegations, he would be taken to the police station and questioned. you know it doesn't matter what type of like speech or like what type of sob story you give them. It doesn't matter. They're the police officer. They're going to take them. you know so the fact that something like this worked is extremely weird. So nobody else was there, so nobody witnessed this. So that was good. Also, the person in question, that is this guy, you know he would never think of this, because he's just happy to be, like, to be relieved of this whole situation. He's just happy to get out of this whole situation. So he would never even question and be like, damn, these police officers just left me just like that, without any kind of, so he would never think of that, because he's just relieved to be out of that whole like problem. So technically, there was nobody over there who would question the way these, guys worked and risk their identity coming out. The fact that these are not police officers, but these are like some other people in disguise. So I think it was a good plan at the end of the day. That, like, they were like, all right, you convinced me, Lloyd, I'm going to leave. And they just left. Because, yeah, it doesn't work like that. Like, if it was that easy, all the criminals would just leave and just go around scot free. um you know so yeah, either way, so good thing, good, like good plan, and the good way Lloyd was able to bring this guy towards his side. And now, he's going to help Lloyd get some VIP patients so that he can get more information about like Melinda and all that. you know right. Okay. Right. Oh, also, before that, we also had that section which I forgot to talk about, where Anya was like asking for cakes, you know, from Damien. And Damien was like, damn, she wants, like, like I said that I was going to, like, I'm indebted to her. All she wants is cakes. He's like, okay, I guess. Right. Anyways, yeah. Oh, he also got to know his mother was able, met Anya's mother. And you can see there was a huge shift in, um, what's that word? There's a huge shift in his behavior when, like, when he was like, oh, what did you, what did you get to know from my mother? What did she tell, your mother about me? When he was saying all of this, and when finally realized that, oh, nothing, you know like, here's the thing. Obviously, he was, at first he was like, oh, what type of secrets did, like, she told, Anya's mom. But then he remembered, or he realized that, oh, it's my mother we're talking about. She doesn't care about me. At least that's how Damien thinks. Like I said, I think there's some kind of a communication miss going on between him and his mother, because technically his mother is concerned about him. Otherwise, she would not have asked that question to Yor. in the car, she wouldn't have said like, "Oh, what's Damian doing? Like, did Anya tell you anything?" She wouldn't have asked that. If she genuinely didn't care about him, she would never have asked that. Um, so yeah, but I guess Damien obviously doesn't know that, so he thinks that his mother doesn't care about him. That's why when he realized that Anya knows nothing about him, even though his mother talked to Anya's mother, he realized that, oh yeah, my mother is not interested in me. So she probably told nothing to her, which obviously made him more depressed. And that's why there was such a sudden shift in behavior, where you could see from angry and embarrassed, he immediately switches. And his face just drops, and he's like, oh, here we go. And he says like, oh, nothing that much. Don't worry. And Damien's like, just whole emotions like drop immediately, and he's like, oh yeah, that's true. It's my mom we're talking about. She doesn't care about me. She's not going to say anything about me. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, I don't think that's completely true, because like in the previous episode, we did see his mother, show concern about Damien, or at least ask about him to Yor. If she was genuinely not interested, she wouldn't have done that. It's like I said, it's probably she doesn't know how to interact with him, and you know, I don't know. It's like a little bit of like an awkward situation. Either way, um, and I think like this is not something that I'm 100% sure about or confirmed, but I could guess why uh, Melinda acts like that in front of Damien. It's probably because, again, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. This is just a complete guess that I'm throwing. Um, but there's a possibility it is because of Damien's father. Uh, I always mix up the names. That's why I'm calling him Damien's father. I don't remember his first name. I always mix it up. So it's probably because of him. Why? Because of the, I don't know. I feel like Damien's father is extremely strict on him, and like I don't know. I think because of that, and because of the way he kind of like interacts with Damien, and Melinda, even if she wants to interact with Damien in a more motherly way, she cannot, because she is just, I don't know, like suppressed by the fact, and she just cannot like show more of her parental affection because of the way his father treats him. And she probably thinks that if I say something like like he won't be, if I say something more motherly or like more parental, he won't be happy about it, because he's like extremely strict on him. You see how he has, like how always Damien is like, oh, I have to bring this amount of marks, I have to like make my father's name proud, and all these things he says. It's like you can see it's like very strict kind of like thing. So because of that, I think Melinda doesn't know how to interact with him, his son, because she just, I don't know, it's just she thinks that it's going to interfere in that type of like thing, like showing like um parental affection like that is going to interfere in the way, and she doesn't want to like, I don't know, I think she doesn't want to mm, like do this so that it makes his father's job, something like that. I don't know, it's just, I think it's something like that going on, because I otherwise, why, what else will be the reason? Like she can she not just talk to him normally and properly? I'm sure she can, but it's just that I feel like because of the way like his son and his father's dynamic works, like it's like extremely strict, like business like, she doesn't know how to intrude into that, and you know be more motherly towards him, because it's just not how their familial like dynamic works. It doesn't work like that. That's why she just doesn't know how to get into that and be more motherly. I don't know, it's something like that. I feel like I'm not sure. but it wouldn't surprise me if it's something like that. Either way, yeah. So that was that. That was the first section. I forgot to talk about that. All right. So yeah, there was first section. I talked about the doctor's part as well. Now Lloyd has a good ally, I guess you could say. Not really ally, but someone who is going to help him. And then we get to see more about the Red Circus. Okay, you know what? Let's see. I need to reread this part. Okay, remnants of the far left extremist group, Red Circus. Okay, so they're remnants. It involves one of the leaders, Billy Squire, who has been hiding outside the country. Okay, so this guy's Billy. Unconfirmed reports that the faction he commands is rebellion. Yeah, and we saw that. Like immediately, like we see like this bus where they're like going to where Anya's class is going to this. Where were they going? Museum or something? I don't know. Either way, here we had like a little bit of a fun little section where Anya was trying to use Lloyd's strategy with Damien, but it didn't work. And Damien had a box of cakes or cookies, I guess, but everyone saw it and he couldn't say that, oh, I brought it for Anya. So he was like, yeah, guys, go ahead. It's for all of us. So yeah, that happens. Anya bragging about her peanuts and her peanuts flavors, the amount of flavored peanuts that she has brought. And then obviously at the end, literally the whole hijacking happening. That guy was the driver. He brings the bus to them, and Billy and that other lady comes up, and now they are taking these students as hostage. Now, don't really know what exactly his demands are, because surely the fact that he took this bus as a hostage means that they have some kind of agenda here, some kind of demand. Otherwise, why the hell would they do that? Makes no sense. The fact that they exposed themselves and they were like, oh yes, we are the Red Circus and we've hijacked this bus, means that there's some kind of agenda. Now the agenda can be anything. It can be political agenda, maybe some kind of a thing, or maybe money, because these students are rich, their parents are rich extremely, as we have Damien here as well. So that might be another thing, but I don't think it's going to be just purely money. It is definitely like it's probably something political or something, or maybe it's both. Maybe it's like money and political reasons, because most of these students here, their fathers, their mothers, they're like high echelons of society, like very famous, very like connected to like the government and all that. So a lot of political like people here whose fathers and mothers are connected to politics. So something like that, I guess. Who knows? We'll get to know in the next episode. But now they have taken them hostage, and now he's like, oh, just follow us and listen to us and do what we say. Right. Obviously, the fact that it's just the kids here makes me think Anya's going to play a big role over here, because obviously Anya has her mind reading Esper ability. Surely because this is probably going to like Lloyd and Yor is probably going to hear about this, and I think like they'll probably come here to help, but obviously they cannot they cannot just go in because they've taken them hostage. So something will happen, we'll see. But either way, yeah, next episode we'll probably see how this goes. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 6 of Spy Family season 3. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.